Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed.
We will look at some of the top candidates for the 2023 presidential election. The APC candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the PDP candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party candidate, Peter Obi. What do you think about these people and their candidacy?
You know, say me, I know how this thing they work. Because Nigerians know they vote for personalities. People, they ask me, say, you lost election. I say, I've never lost election in Nigeria. And the party. Because they're the only party where they vote for. They don't care who the person will represent the party. As long as there's somebody there in that party, they to contest, they will vote. Now they call them partisanism. See? So the issue here not be say whether or not this person or that person, it don't matter. Now waiting the party represent, now I'm not going to look. Because nobody go fit do anything by himself. So my thing be say, it don't matter who those people be. And I respect all of them. There's nothing where they fit do. Not because they don't want to, but because the parties where they represent, now then they in control.
And so you no believe, say, like from what you don't talk, you no believe, say, that person they win, not party. But I believe, say, you follow social media very well, and you don't see the noise where they go on for social media about a certain political party, not one of the two big ones, that's the Labour Party and their candidate, Peter Obi. If you follow social media, you will see a lot of noise, especially from the young people we believe, say, oh, things fit day different tomorrow. We don't see people will talk about this issue where you talk about, say, party and structure and all that. But for this election, some people, they believe, say, something different will happen.
You know, say, it's with me for Bele, say young people don't begin take their destiny for their own hand. But you see, it's too late at this point. Because the structures where you need to win election, only PDP and APC get them for this country.
You know, things say the Labour Party and the candidate.
No other political party get the kind of structures. See? And the young people, where they talk about social media, how many people there on social media in this country?
And this talk no be only for social media.
I know, but I just want to explain to you why practically that enough it change anything now. Maybe in a few years if we carry on like this. But it's the period is too short because PDP and APC, they don't dig ground. They don't dig government. PDP was dig government for like 16 years. No place where you go for this country where you don't go see PDP or you don't go see APC. So not be say the people. That's why they tell you, say not be the people. Now the party. See, when I joined Justice Party, Nigerians were talking about me like the hope and all of that, but Justice Party no get the structures. Fresh Democratic Party no get the structures. No party for this country fit rival APC and PDP. That is just the right. That one not be, no sentiments involved. So I'm glad say young people they talk within and they talk, but you don't go for it to win election on social media.
Okay, so Reverend, you did try on several occasions under the Justice Party and your party, Fresh Democratic Party, to become the president of Nigeria, but it no work out. And that time you say God didn't tell you to contest. So why you stop?
You know, so when people they talk about God, they don't understand the difference between Bible and the things within they talk ordinary. The language of Bible is very different. Because when God talk to you, they always talk about now. Because for Bible, faith now. If it's in the future, then it's called hope. See? So he will always tell you, say, I don't already do something. Like he tell Abraham, he say, I don't make you father of many nations. The man never even born Peking by that time. So if Abraham, they walk around and say, I'm a man, a father of all nations, people will want to say, but you never even born. See, because the language of faith, they're different. See? So when God speaks to you, you know me say that thing will happen immediately. But he go talking like say it don't already happen. Not be say they go up and go say talking like say it don't happen. They say, Chris, I've already made you so and so. So when you communicate that language, you go talk and the way we go take talking. So not be say I stop. I no stop. Now process by process by process. Now way they follow. Because me I know say this system we will use, it no go work. See, and I don't want to join PDP or join APC or any of these big parties, because if I join, then I will come be part of the problem. And I will feel be part of the solution. So now when I not join them, now I say I feel be part of the solution. So I not resign, or I not even retire. I just do my work to go.
So you go still contest again?
No. You see, that time where I contest, not be say I won't become president, because you know if you win election with small party. See, Fresh Democratic Party in a small party or even Justice Party. But if you won't win election, you go join big party where you get national spread. Now you make all these people, now all these flag bearers, if you notice now the big parties where they go meet. But I use that opportunity to let people know, say, I get wisdom and I get sense, political sense. So when the time come, when God don't make the opportunity come, the people go know me. Go know say, we know this man. Oh, now he talk so, now he talk this, now he talk this. Like what thing they talk now? See?
And what do they talk now about a certain type of way of governing the people? You say now government from the people. You understand? You talk about scrapping of the legislation like the National Assembly. You talk about restructuring. You talk about changing the constitution. Tell us more about this type of way of governing the people where you say now Aboriginal democracy.
You see, the kind of system we use here, they call them partisanism, because now all about the party. Government of the party, by the party, for the party. That will not be democracy. Even what we know now, government of the people, you know. We say by the people, for the people. But the one with me they talk now government from the people, for the people, with the people. That's what it's supposed to be. So if we say with the practice democracy, we get to do with the people, then the thing must come from the people, and they belong to the people, and you go prove them. So say the power they with the people, not the kind of thing we do now. That one how they called Aboriginal democracy. It means say we they go back to the original. So I tell them, say, the presidential system where they practice, we know sabi how to use them as Nigerian people. See, the 19 don't cause the trouble where they don't cause katakata among Nigerian people. They don't cause wahala among us as a family, you know. And they don't come bring corruption. They think we're not going to even know what to do about corruption. So when they talk, we say, if we set aside that presidential system, we can't change them to something else, where we fit manage, then it will be better for us.
Now, some Sabi people say Nigeria is in a very critical situation now. And for some people, 2023 be like their last hope to see if something fit change. In fact, one man of God recently come out to tell people, to tell in congregations, say make they get plan B. And that plan B option, I say, make them jack back come off from the country. So I want to ask you, Reverend, when you talk to your people for church, what do you tell them? What will be that message where you preach, give them and to Nigerians at this critical moment?
What they tell them is say, the election no will solve any problem. If we work out, follow this, go reach February of next year, we will waste our time. Because now the political parties, they determine what in their representatives they do. If you notice, then all of them will do what they won't do so that they will represent the party. Because they know say without that party, they're not going to succeed. So, and at the same parties, we don't bring the problem when we get to this. So I tell my people, say, if you look for solution by 2023, they waste your time when we're on our dream. Just the dream we're not going to ever come to pass. What we need now to ask God to intervene in the matter so that we can have an interim government to fix the problem where we get.
What about the idea to jack back come off from the country? You support that one?
Because if then feel say trouble there now, they're not supposed to be here, and that one are their own decision. You understand? And they did in science. They see all the kind of kidnapping, they see the kind of terrorism, they see the kind of insecurity. So some people feel like say, waiting, I don't feel stay this kind of place. This one can't be like war zone now. So they won't come out, you know. But me, I don't want to come out. I did here because I don't go let anybody take property with my papa give me. This land, our God give to us. I don't go let people who come from outside can't inherit or say we don't go get, say that this is not their own place. So some of us go stay back to make sure say Nigeria survive. You
be one pastor where don't make headlines in the past. You move from music. And even your time as a musician, you've been there very popular. Then you move from music into full time a ministry. And when you clock 60 years old, it gets something where you talk at that period. You say you don't redefine your philosophical center of gravity. Say you be better man, wiser man, and better servant of the Lord Jesus Christ. What did they go through your mind when you talk so that time? Get anything where you regret?
You know, say age, you get the way we be, like purifying apparatus. For Igbo, they call them a catharsis, a cleansing period. See, because Moses talking for Bible says, teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. See, as you they count your days and you they understand, saying that God they give you that, your mental capacity to understand what's in the happen, they change. So when I talk and say, I have redefined my philosophical center of gravity and embraced a transcendent equanimity. I just quote myself, what I talk. Now, what I talk about, we say, even as a minister, you they grow from grace to grace, from faith to faith. And things which Jesus don't teach me about life, about myself, about himself, it change me every day. We're changing to his own image from glory to glory. So, and they look the nation and they look the responsibility where I get, because I always know, say, one day Nigeria will depend on the thing where I feel do for Nigeria. Now I make where I did here today, because I don't need to do this thing. I did successful with thing I do. Very, very. But I love my country and there's no other place to go. And it's a responsibility that God has placed upon me, that this nation has placed upon me. I owe it to Nigeria. So at times like this, and to remember where I come from, the grace where God don't put upon my life, so I can help people go.
And it gets anything where you regret, when you reflect, when you think about all those things from the 80s to now?
Oh, definitely. Now, you know, say, life now, one kind checkered pavement. Today you day up, tomorrow you day down. And sometimes I ask myself, how I take survive without Jesus for 25 years? Because now when I did 25 years, I can't be born again. Because when you come become born again, life is like you took off your sunglasses. There's brightness, there's understanding. Okay,
so this question now one will come up in course of research, and one where people they interested to know, because now something where they we make headlines and where they in public view when it happened. You married 2 times and it no work out, so people won't know if not something where you go ever try again. That's in terms of marriage.
Yeah, I'm not marry again. I'm not marry again because number one, Jesus don't tell me say that one don't finish, because when I did saved, when I become born again, I was a young boy, I did university that time. I don't even understand the will of God for my life. I always wanted to say I won't have my own family and all that. And you go, waka go do what you want, because the Bible says it's better to marry than to born. But when the thing no work out twice, and because I consider myself to be one of the best husbands, we don't ever live for this earth, and people will know me tell, and yet it didn't work out. I go meet my master and say, what did happen now? What did happen? He ain't gonna tell me, say, I don't call you to this kind of thing. I call you like Paul. But I try to stop you, you know, they hear that time, because you don't hear what I tell you. So the life where I want you to live is dedicated to me and the work that I've called you to do. See? So that is why I can't go meet my church then and say, this is the situation now. I don't talk to my master. He don't tell me, say, this is not the thing we want me to do. So, marriage, you know, and it's not on the menu anymore.
You're not going to ever marry again.
I lie.
And if you believe that as at that time, that reflects the Igbo intellectual vision for the unity of Nigeria, then of course, the Igbo stood for the unity of Nigeria. And if at that time, Igbo stood for the unity of Nigeria, and this time, people are saying different things that other don't, then we, as a country, should know that we need to review certain things. Certain things we done differently. As a nation, we have challenges, but we should not be slaves to our challenges. Let us get over the obstacles and move forward. We have to adapt. We must not conform. We cannot conform to some aberrant behavior considered to be politically correct. Let us look at the case of Rwanda, a country that is adapting to their situation, which had a core experience of genocide. They reconfigured their nation so that in today's Rwanda, tribe is no longer an issue. They all see themselves as one leader. I'm not saying Nigeria should do exactly like Rwanda, but there are different ways we will do it so that these problems were happening that is dividing us could be reduced. The incoming Nigerian leaders, today elections are coming, must take deliberate steps to whittle down the ethnic cleavages, pulling us apart and pulling the nation backward. So my appeal to all Nigerians is to de-emphasize our differences and focus on the issues that bind us as a people.
I'm greatly troubled, greatly worried that the prediction some years ago that Nigeria will become a failed state has actually come to pass. Some of the indices of a failed state are when non-state actors possess equal or stronger or more potent power than a legitimately constituted government. Power of violence, instruments of coercion and violence, as we are saying now. That's one of the greatest signs of a failed state. One of the other greatest signs is when the failed state is looking like amoeba, amoebic. That is formless, shameless. In the secondary school, we were taught biology. I still remember Spirogyra. I still remember Paramecium candantu, an amoeba protus. And then Spirogyra, a green filamentous algae. What we are seeing in Nigeria is that the country itself has become amoebic, in which case formless. It's in a state of void, the type of void that God beheld before he breathed life into everything that came in.
Chief,
so
people are
we
saying
are
the
really
country is
not
failing.
we are really not congealed as a state.
People are saying the country is failing. Are you categorically stating that it has failed?
It's failed. It's failed. Listen, when from Kagara to Kankara, from Jangebe to Chibok to Dapchi, people to Kaduna, people are being picked up like lizards every day and being killed or taken hostage or kidnapped.
Do this, we will not agree. The North has asked to secede. Okpara called for secession. Several other groups have asked for secession. Azik Adakaburu started his own secession. At all times, the solution to secession is not to become bullish. The response to it is to invite the people and start discussing with them and find out why they are doing so, and be patient and agree with them and discuss and convince them why they shouldn't do so. And I must say that it is not an offense for anyone to call for secession. I did so on the floor of the National Assembly as a member of House of Reps in 2005. I called for the creation of the sovereign state of Biafra, and the heavens did not fall. The DGSSS at that time already sent a letter because Obasanjo wrote a memo about me and asked him to invite me. But I said I will not come. It is within my right as a legislator to do that on the floor of the House of Representatives. If I don't do it there, where else do you want me to do? Do you want me to carry arms? So all of you must get used to having people say that they are so sick and tired and they want to leave. It's not a big deal. And let us even follow it. The truth remains, like our elder statesman, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed has said, that we are moving close towards Somalia and Afghanistan. I agree. He is very, very correct. The only difference between him and I is that I want to opt out of it. I don't want to wait until we get to Somalia, because we are moving too fast towards Somalia. When we get to Somalia, it would have been too late. I am saying, please, those of you who want to continue with them to Somalia, please follow them. Those of us who are opting out of the boat and we don't want to go to Somalia, I want to do what? Go to the right. That's the simple argument. And I don't see why it should be offensive to anybody. Because the combined effect of the provisions of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights and the African Charter and our Constitution definitely makes it clear that anybody can make an agitation for self-determination, and that there is this blackmail by...
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you, and remember this. Bye-bye. See you again.